Member for Vancouver Hastings.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I'm pleased to recognize the 20th anniversary of the Indian Residential Schools Survivors Society. Established 2 decades ago, the Society responds to the needs of those who suffered the impacts of residential schools. Residential schools are a sad fact of our history, a notorious strategy to rip Aboriginal children away from their families and institutionalize them, to extinguish their language and culture, a scheme aimed at essentially ending First Nations as a people by assimilating their children. And we know that too often physical and sexual abuse was a reality for the children in these schools. Yet today, BC's identity is inherently linked to First Nations. When we celebrate British Columbia, it is almost always defined by our natural beauty and First Peoples culture. First Nations refuse to be extinguished by residential schools, refuse to be assimilated, refuse to lose their identity. In fact, First Nations have strengthened their place in BC. Sadly, that doesn't diminish the damage done to school survivors, mental health challenges, addictions, and the struggle for identity that many still suffer today. The Indian Residential School Survivors Society was established to address these complex issues. Its mandate is to assist First Peoples in BC to recognize and be holistically empowered from the primary and generational effects of residential schools by support research, education, awareness, establishing partnerships, and advocating for justice and healing. The Society assists survivors with crisis counseling, court support, information, referrals, workshops, and more. Honourable Speaker, for 20 years, the Society has played a critical role. However, their work, which remains important today, is clouded with uncertainty as funding is only committed to March 2016. Honourable Speaker, let us join today to celebrate the valuable work of this society. Let us tell them we know their work is not finished and that there is still a road to travel, and that we will be with them to ensure that they get to and finish this important journey. Thank you.
Thank you, member.